Hey, what's up? So, as some of you know, I don't just mess around with large language models and prompting strategies and all that. I also genuinely love making stuff with AI, like music, images, videos. Like, I actually really enjoy it. And AI images and video generation, well, it has come a long way. I've been playing with it for a few years now, and the difference is really kind of insane. It's ridiculous. But here's the thing that I did not see coming. Prompting for images and video and even music actually made me a better prompter overall. Like when you have to describe a shot, the lighting, the movement, the feel of a scene, you get very specific in a way that carries over to basically everything else that you can do with AI. But if you're not familiar with that stuff, it might be actually why your images or your videos aren't coming out the way that you want them to look like. And it's usually not the tool, it's usually the prompt. And the good thing is that I've actually got you covered because I've been doing this for quite a while. I'm not a professional at it, but I've gotten pretty good. And I put together a Google gem that actually makes the prompting side way, way easier. And I'm gonna actually share that with you. I'm gonna walk you through how it works. I'm gonna show you some of the really cool things that it does and show you what I've been building in Higgsfield so you can actually see what's possible right now as of today. So if that's cool with you, let's get into it. All right, so first things first, this is the gem. Now, why did I decide to build a gem might be the question that you're asking, and that's a good question. Obviously, I've created gems before on this channel if you've watched my other stuff, so you're already familiar with that. But the big thing here is that Gemini has a feature that I'm not quite sure if all the other ones have. So you've probably been able to do things like put in a YouTube video or something along those lines and been able to get the transcript and things like that. Very common. However, Gemini can also watch the video and be able to see the video. So with that being said, what I wanted to do is I wanted to create a gem that not only could I put in a simple prompt, but I could also, if I found a video on YouTube that I really liked the cinematic style or the style of it, I could actually go in and say, hey, listen, can you grab me the information for this video and break it down from that point? So then I would be able to utilize that cinematic style to be able to create something similar as well. So I'm going to show you that in a second, but real quick, what we're going to do here is I just want to kind of show you some of these videos that I've been able to do real quick. And I'm going to show you how we did them, what we did, and exactly how you could do this too. Let's just take a look at it. So this was just, I just wanted a puppy that was kind of running through the backyard of a suburban home. And this is what I came up with. So that is one of the videos that I did. And we're going to try to do that again. And we're going to use Higgsfield for this. Higgsfield is actually the service that I like to be able to use because it's got all the tools, all of the video tools, editing tools. I'm sorry, not editing tools, image tools. It does have editing things in there and all that kind of stuff. We'll go over some of that in a little bit. But let's just quickly do something similar with that. So I'm going to go into my cinematic video translator, and I'm actually just going to put a little bit, something a little bit different. So what I'm going to do here is I'm just going to say something like this, and I'm going to use my whisper flow to be able to do this. So, a puppy running through a farm field at golden hour in the evening. Cinematic and adorable. And then I'm just going to submit it. And what it's going to do is it's going to give me 3 different windows. It's going to give me 3 different prompts that we can use. And as you can see here, it's broken down by timestamps, it's broken down by information, it's broken down by meta tokens. Meta tokens are extra descriptors, I guess you can say. It's going to be like cameras, it's going to be lenses, shots, things like that. It's all built into this gem already. So we're going to take one of these that and just kind of get an idea. So, you know, let's just choose this third one. So I'm just going to copy it here. I'm going to go over to Higgsfield. Now this is the, when you land on Higgsfield, this is the landing page that you'll be on. What we're going to do is we're going to go up to video up at the very top, and we're going to click Seed Dance. Oops, come on. Click Seed Dance. Going to open up this. It's going to show some of my other videos that I've been working on and playing around with. Let me get rid of this one here. And all I'm going to do is I'm just going to paste in the actual prompt here right in the prompt area. To save some credits, I'm actually just going to I'm going to go back to 720p. This is set up for a 15-second video. You can actually go through here and you can change that. You can make it as little as 4 seconds up to 15. This is for a 15-second video. So I'm going to hit generate. I did not add any images or anything like that. So this is just straight up text to video utilizing that prompt. So let's give it a try, and I'll be back when it's done. So as this is rendering, I want to just kind of show you around a little bit Higgsfield and just kind of give you an idea of some of the things that you can do. So obviously we're in the video, and if I do click on video, or hover over it, I should say, you can see all the different models out of here. So Seedance 2.0, it's the best model that's out there right now. I've done a lot of video editing. Veo was my favorite for a long time. You know, Kling 3.0, I haven't really used all that much, but Seedance 2.0 it's unbelievable. And you kind of saw by that first little video that I showed you there that we're kind of recreating in a little bit of a different way right now. But you can see, you know, it's got Kling motion control, it's got all the different tools that you need, all contained in one place. It's also got image tools as well. So when I click on, or hover over the images, you can see it's got all these. So it's got Higgsfield. Higgsfield has got its own tools and apps that it does also, which are actually really, really cool to be able to use. Allows you to do a lot of different things. But you can create characters here. You can create different things like that you can bring in to the actual video that you're doing. And that's, again, when I go over to video and go over to Seedance, you can kind of see that there is an area to upload media, to upload audio. So you can add video, you can add audio, and you can add images there as well. Those are all reference images, and they do definitely help in a lot of situations, but they don't help in every situation, is what I found out. And in this situation, we're going to do it without an actual image, but there are some other ones that the image actually does really work well. And we'll take a look at that here in a moment. So let's let this continue rendering, and we'll take a look at it in a moment. All right, so it's finished rendering. Let's take a look and see how it came out. So not bad at all. And again, remember, this isn't 720p. So obviously the quality can be quite a bit higher. If you did it in 1080p, you use a little bit more credits that way, but you get 1080p. But also, what's really good about Higgsfield is that it has built-in upscalers, so you can actually upscale the video up to 4K pretty easily and pretty quickly for just a few credits, which is actually pretty nice. But let's go ahead and let me show you what we can actually do now with the gem. And how we can actually use it for a YouTube video that we like the look and feel of and the style. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go back to Gemini. I'm going to go back. Actually, I'll just use the same exact chat that we've been in, which you can do. So what I'm going to do now is I found this video on YouTube, and I really like this part of it. So 53 minutes and 42 seconds, I believe, is what it was. So what we're going to do is we're going to grab this link. So we're going to click the share. We're going to grab the actual link. We're going to go back to the gem, and we're going to say, I want you to take this YouTube video and break it down during the timestamps from 53 minutes and 42 seconds to 54 minutes exactly. I'm going to paste in the YouTube link, and then I'm going to submit it. And it actually shows the aerial coastal sweep, blah, blah, blah. So it shows you everything here. Aerial coastal sweep, the overwater bungalows. Now with that information, I want you to create me a prompt to create a very similar scene to this. However, I want it to be on a distant planet. So add some different things in there to make it look like it's something unique from alien landscape. So it's giving me the prompt right there, and I'm going to copy that. Now, again, we are not going to use an actual image this time, but we're going to go over, I'm going to close this out. I'm going to come back over here. I'm going to paste in my prompt. I'm actually going to put this back down to 720p, and I'm going to, and you can also change your aspect ratios here. So it gives you quite a bit. You can do auto. I usually do 16.9 because that fits YouTube perfectly. But also here is where you can also switch to different models. So obviously we're working in Seedance right now. That's what I want to work in. You can also see there's Seedance 2 fast. It's a little bit less tokens to generate currently, but also doesn't give you the same level of success with the regular Seedance. Although it is very close, but the difference in the actual tokens or the actual credits, I should say, is not that significant. It's about it's 7 here. So I might as well just keep it at the regular Seedance 2.0. And again, put this back to 720. I do not want to waste those credits on a demo. And then I'll hit generate. So as this is rendering, let's take a look at one of the other videos that I did earlier today. I really, really liked this one. Let's take a look at it real quick. It's amazing how far AI video has come over the last couple of years. If you remember what it actually kind of looked like. Here's another one here that I thought was actually really, really cool. This was a prompt that I basically said, an eagle flying through mountains in a forest with a lake. And then it came up with the prompt, and this is what it came up with. I thought this was also really, really cool. And you can see like all those lens flares that were right around this part here. See these lens flares here? Like that's all part of the cinematic styling. And a lot of times, like if you don't know to add that, but that's something that you're kind of looking for to have that really good cinematic feel or professional feel to it, that's where the gem is going to help. And also, look at those prompts. See how those prompts kind of are put together so that okay, when I want to just create my own prompt or something like that, these are some of the things that I can put in there to make it look good. So let's see if our video is done. Okay, here it is. So I want to show you another really cool feature about that Higgsfield has, which just actually updated to Cinema Studio 3.5. However, it kind of works the same way. So what I did was I came down here, I went into image, and then I chose cinematic characters from the menu. So cinematic characters. And then you can actually click here and build your cast, and it will bring you a window like that, and you can kind of choose like if you want a certain style and all that kind of stuff, which you can do some of that. So let's just say that I wanted to make it more of like a thriller, right? So you can see it puts that tag down there. But then I just want to describe my actual character. So what I'm going to say is a middle-aged man with a slight beard who is staring at the camera very intently. Now that's a very, very simple, basic prompt, but I just kind of want to show you how this works. So what we're going to do is, you can see this is only costs 0.125 of a credit. So we can actually create up to 10 versions of this, which is why I gave it kind of a crappy prompt. You don't really need anything that good here, because you can create 10 versions of that, and it's only going to cost you 1.25 credits total. So let's build that character now. So I'm going to click generate, and it's going to create that character for us. And you can see they're all processing here. All right, so here's our 10 different characters, and we can take a look at each one of those. Now, you'll notice that each one of these pictures has a face, and then it's got a back profile and a front profile. Now, that's on purpose. I didn't ask it to do that. That's on purpose because that's what allows Seedance to be able to have consistent characters throughout the entire video. The great thing about Seedance is that it can have multi-scenes in one 15-second video. And again, remember, it can go from 4 seconds up to 15 seconds, but you can have multi-angles and all that kind of stuff. So if you have that, you want to make sure that your character consistency is consistent. And that's exactly why this happens. So if you are developing or creating your own images and things like that, and you want to be consistent, you want to do something like this, and Higgsfield got it built in automatically. So what we're going to do is we're just going to kind of look at some of these and see if there's any good characters that we kind of want to use for a scene. And we'll have to come up with that scene here in a second. But since this is done, let's go back and take a look and see if the video has been completed, which it should be now. Yes, it is. All right, so let's take a look. Pretty cool. In a matter of seconds, we created a scene that literally could probably go into like an Avatar movie or something along those lines, which is pretty amazing. So going back to what we were just talking about regarding the characters and so forth. So what we're going to do, we're going to come up with a scene real quick. We're going to use two characters. Let's take a look at our characters again and just see if we can find a decent character to use here. All right, so we're going to use a couple of these characters here. And how we do that is very easy. We're going to go back over to video. We're going to go to Seedance. And right up here at the top where it says upload media, you can actually upload audio, you can upload video, and you can upload multiple images for reference points, which is awesome. So we're going to do that. So the first thing it's going to do is going to come up, it's going to ask you to upload, but you'll see there's a menu, and you can just go to image generations, and here's the characters that we just actually created. So these are already eligible. Now I want you to look here. See, it says check eligibility. Now these are some images that I made earlier today, and throughout my time here, utilizing Higgsfield, which I've been using for quite a while now. But what we want to do is we want to bring in these two characters. However, if your image says check eligibility, all you need to do is just quickly check it. It's going to check the content, and if it's available to be used, you just click it, and it will simply be added there, just like we did with the first picture. So then we're going to choose the other character. Let's choose another character here. Let's choose this guy here. So with that being said, what we're going to do now is we're going to go over to the gem, and we're going to create a scene. And what can we do here for a scene that would be interesting with these two guys? Create a prompt for a scene with two men, two characters. The one character walks up to the other and says, "What are you doing here?" The other character says, "What do you mean? You told me to come here." The first character says, "Yeah, but it wasn't supposed to be today." And the second character goes, "But today is when the pork is on sale. That's why I came." So I use WhisperFlow to do that, to dictate that in there, and then I'm going to hit submit. It's going to create the three different prompts for me that you can kind of see. And I'm just going to quickly look over which one here. All right. All right, I want to go with this one here. Standing near an old pickup truck in the rain. Let's kind of see how that looks. So go back over to Higgsfield. Got my images in there. So I'm going to get rid of this real quick because I don't want these in here yet because I want to label them as we go in there. So I'm going to paste my prompt. Now this is where it takes a little bit of playing around, but it's still very, very easy. So you're just going to read it. So handheld shot follows the first man, right? So that's where we're going to say at image 1. As he walks through puddles he stops, wipes rain from his eyes, and asks, "What are you doing here?" Close up on the second man. So we're going to put at image 2. Then we're going to look at, and we're going to, the first man shakes his head. So we're just going to, just to be safe, we're going to say image 1 again. We're going to go back to image 2. We're going to go back to image 2. Now this is for each scene, right? And then we're going to go back with image 2 here again. So at image 2, and it will still work fine. So two middle-aged men standing near an old pickup truck in the rain. And I'm going to put this back to 720. And now it's going to create that scene in the rain, standing next to a pickup truck and all that kind of stuff, having that conversation, that same conversation that I said. And those two men are going to be speaking to each other. So let's generate that. And I wanted to bring up something else. As this is rendering, I'm actually going to, we're going to try something here. I've only tried once, and I tried it a little bit differently, but we're going to try it today. So I'm going to go back over to my gem, and I'm going to put in that I want, let's just do this. Create a prompt for a highly stylized 3D rendered text that reads, "Craig does AI." The 3D text moves around the screen. It's very professional looking. It looks like it was done by a graphic artist. The movements are clean. The colors are blue, orange, white, and black for the colors of the actual text. make it also have a metallic look to it and a sophisticated and elegant design. So now I will submit that and we'll get this prompt. Now I know that I did not give it an image of the text that I wanted. I just told it what I wanted. Now, is that going to be a problem? Is it going to misspell it? That's what we're going to find out. So let's just look at these. So highly stylized 3D metallic typography, Craig does AI, bold 3D kinetic typography, and then elegant liquid metal. You know what? I like the elegant liquid metal. So let's do that. So I'm going to copy this prompt. Now I have no idea how this is actually going to work, but we're going to just find that anyway. So now that I'm back in Higgsfield, I want to get rid of these two characters that we have here because I don't want them to be used as references. Let me delete that other prompt and then send that in there, and then boom, we're going to see how this looks. So I just submitted that. And again, these are all 15-second videos, so I am using the max amount of credits, which is right now is 60 at the time of this video. If I change that down, like if I wanted to make that 9 seconds, it's 36. If I wanted it only to be 5 seconds or so, it's only 20 credits, right? You can see that the longer the video is, the more credits it can use, obviously. That 3D Craig does AI text probably did not need to be 15 seconds long now that I think about it, but we did it anyway. That's what we do. We're just testing things out and playing around with them and going from there. So let's let these two things finish rendering and we'll take a look at them. Oh, here we go. So we got the first one done. This is the two men. So let's take a look.
What are you doing here?
What do you mean? You told me to come here.
Yeah, but it wasn't supposed to be today.
But today is when the pork is on sale.
But today is when the pork is on sale.
That's why I came.
What are you doing here?
What do you mean? You told me to come here.
Yeah, but it wasn't supposed to be today.
But today is when the pork is on sale.
But today is when the pork is on sale.
That's why I came.
Interesting how it came out. If I would have just tried to prompt that myself, the two men doing it, I wouldn't have been able to have all those different camera angles and the different looks and all that kind of stuff out of my own head and the style and all that kind of stuff. Now, Seedance will actually do that, but when you give it those prompts and when you break it down by the timestamps, so from 0 to 3 seconds and all that kind of stuff, like kind of how the prompt is, it helps Seedance know when to make those changes and how to actually do that. And that's actually what the gem does for you. So you don't have to worry about doing that. You can tweak it if you want to, say that it did something and you didn't want it to last a full 2 seconds, maybe you only wanted a second and a half. You can always change it, but just make sure that you change all those other timestamps as well, or it's not going to line up perfectly. So let's go back over, see that other video. All right, so it finished rendering. So let's take a look and see how it came out. Not too bad. I mean, you can kind of see how it can work, and obviously giving it a decent prompt and knowing or having a style that you want to use is also going to be very beneficial. So if you see something and you're like, hey, that looks really cool, and you find it over on YouTube, right? You can easily go over there and give it the timestamp and say, hey, I want to create something like this that says whatever you want it to say. Can you create me the prompt for that? And then it'll go ahead and do that. So let's go back to the main area of Higgsfield here. I want to show you another video. Now, this is the other really cool thing that I love about being able to do these videos through AI now, and being able to have the gem to be able to do that, and being able to have a program like Higgsfield, which I'm going to link below in the description to check them out. Because like I said, it's a tool that not only do I really, really enjoy utilizing, but I have to admit that they have sponsored this video. However, I've been approached by a lot of different companies to do a paid promotion, and I have turned probably 95% of them down because they are not tools that I actually use or have used yet. And I'm only going to actually get behind something that I know for a fact that I like, that I've used, that I prefer, and Higgsfield is absolutely one of those tools that I really, really actually do use, like to use. And being that it has a lot of the features in there that I like to actually use, like Nano Banana. It also has obviously Seedream. It has our Seedance. It has Seedream. It has all these tools built into it, which makes it really, really nice. But it also has a bunch of other tools in it as well that you can utilize that give it just a lot of different features that you can't typically get from just one video platform or something along those lines. And Higgsfield brings in a lot of their own apps, designs a lot of their own tools within it that also connect to some of the big major models out there, like Seedance. For instance, I believe their Cinema Studio, actually, when you utilize that and create the videos through that, utilizes Seedance, but it's through their Cinema Studio, which deserves its own video on its own. I don't want to get into all of that here because this is really for Seedance, but I did want to just make that something that you guys are aware of. And again, the link for Higgsfield to check it out will be in the description below. Now, one of the coolest things, in my opinion, about having these tools, AI tools, to be able to create images, to be able to create music, to be able to create video and all that kind of stuff, is again, I always look at this as like a collaborative effort. So it's working with, it's not working so that it does everything for you. But with that being said, there's some things now that we can do that we might have always thought about doing. So for instance, any time that I saw in a movie when something was flying, I always thought that was, ever since I was a kid, I always thought that was cool. It kind of makes you feel like you're part of it. But being able to do that is really not possible until you utilize AI. So let me just show you one of the videos that I actually created that I actually really, really like. Is this one right here. First person point of view, FPOV, is how you can say that. You can actually see that right here. That's first person point of view. All these things are now possible. And Seedance and Higgsfield allows it not only to be possible, but they're constantly updating. There's constantly updates. There's constant changes that are happening in there that are changes for the best. And that's exactly the reason why I love Higgsfield. And I love doing this actual type of work as well. I have a lot of fun doing it. And with that being said, I want you to go check out the gem. The gem will be linked. I'm also going to include the Notion document that has a little bit of information. If you guys are interested in creating this as your own gem, please let me know. Normally I do that. Normally I give, but the thing is that with this, there's updates that I will be doing to this. That's why I made it my own gem. So as I update it, you will have the updated version as well. And that's why I'm sharing it this way. However, if you do want the actual files and all that kind of stuff for it, let me know in the comments, and maybe then I'll add them over into the Notion doc if enough people are interested in that. Other than that, I hope that this kind of showed you what is possible with AI video now, because it's getting to the point now where if you're not playing around with this stuff, you're going to be left behind. This is going to be what's going to probably take over on certain things. You know, a lot of times now with websites, it's pictures, it's images and things like that. Now you're going to be able to put full-length movies, clips, 15-second videos on there instead of an image, and have this whole dynamic type of change to websites and all that kind of stuff. If you do client work, this type of stuff, adding it to a website could be huge. Could be an added benefit that you could charge a tremendous amount of money for, because it's something that not everybody else is doing or able to do yet. And with the gem, with Higgsfield, with Seedance, with all the other tools that are built in there, that's exactly what you're going to be able to do. So with that, I hope this helps. Again, the information is going to be in the description below. If you have any questions, please let me know. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I will see you on the next one. Take care, guys.